Welcome to a special episode of Surfing Australia TV presented by Ghanda. On this episode, the sun is shining and we've been blessed yet again here in Bundjalung country for the second ever Seize the Day Festival presented by Ghanda here at Kingscliff Beach, New South Wales. This event is all about getting involved, having fun and learning from the best women in the surfing industry whilst inspiring the next generation and most importantly, celebrating amazing surf culture and history. The event is broken up into 3 varied hubs, all hosting amazing women forging their path in surfing. At pretty much every hub in most hours of the day, there's something for everyone and knowledge to be found. Whether that's focusing on how to better your own body and mind, how to forge creative endeavour, gaining insight from some of the most successful women in the surf industry.
This festival's not just about surfing. It's about participation, of course, but it's also about celebration and recognition of all the things that women do both in the water and outside of the water. We've got wellness hubs, we've got film and photography hubs, we've got women in surfing hubs, and it's a great opportunity for women to come and connect, to learn and get stoked about what surfing can do for our lives.
Little Jessie would have pinched herself to be in an event like this and sliding down hills like these groms were. I mean, we didn't have anything like this growing up, so being here and being a part of all of it just shows that the future's bright.
Well, one of the main things I love about surfing is this, meeting lovely women surfing, and these events are amazing, you know, bringing a community together and yeah, it's a lot of joy.
We just came down from Brisbane for a little night away and we're just walking along getting something to eat this morning and yeah, found that all this was going on, watching some surfing, so yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. As a female myself, I feel like it's really nice to see like a sports event especially that celebrates women in particular.
I love it because there's so many young girls having a great time. I mean, we've been through the doldrums of women surfing in the 70s and 80s. You've only got to look around you and see how wonderful it is for the young girls. It's amazing.
The Mini Shredders is already a prestigious division where we get to see potential future world champions start to compete for the first time in this friendly and inclusive event. So epic seeing the Groms go absolutely crazy down here at the event. The waves have been perfect for them to showcase their skills. The future of Australian women's surfing is incredibly bright.
The micro shedders are the next generation of future champions, so it's great to have an opportunity for them to come down here and surf in front of world champions, connect with world champions, and then see what it's going to take for them to become the next champions of this sport. But it was so cool to see these kids. It was like 1 to 2 foot out there and they made it look overhead. So it was so inspiring to watch these young girls get out there and be pushed in by their dads.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world than right here because it's the future. It's the future for women in our sport. It's the future for females. There's so much room for us to grow. I feel like we're just scratching the surface here.
Festivals like this and events like this just really pave the way, and I'm sure these girls are going to be remembering this for a long time.
After the break, we get into the main festival area and meet big wave legends Laura Enever and Summer Longbottom, and they share their passion for big wave surfing in this jam-packed event. Welcome back to Surfing Australia TV presented by Ghanda, here on location at the Seize the Day Festival. For those of you just tuning in, we're about to meet Summer Longbottom and Laura Enever as they dive into their journey of big wave surfing. Let's check it out.
No, she's crazy. Like, she's so crazy.
So you have a level of calculated crazy when you're letting go of the rope?
Yeah, like I've definitely had times where I feel like this isn't right. Like I've had a bad feeling in my gut and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. And I also don't feel the pressure that I have to do it. So if I don't want to go, I just don't go. I'll sit in the channel, won't catch one. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. But I feel like Laura doesn't get that. She'll just go.
We had such an amazing audience and it was so cool doing it with Summer Longbottom, who's, you know, next generation of women's big wave surfing. And, you know, she inspires me, the way that she's approaching so many of these waves. You know, shippies on her backhand is so cool. Not many other women have done that. And just makes me excited for the future and all the swells we can chase together. So it's really cool to get up there with her, and she's rad.
Yeah, so I love surfing big waves because of the feeling it gives me.
I was saying I used to compete, but I didn't get the feeling I get from big waves competing. So that's what made me want to chase bigger waves and follow Dad and do what he does. I never thought like, oh, in the future I want to be a big wave surfer, but I started going out with him surfing, just not thinking anything of it, just, you know, wanting to go for another surf, and then it just grew and grew, and then we realised that this is what I want to do, and yeah, just went away from the comps and started chasing big waves, and yeah, just that's all I do now, really.
Such an incredible vibe, and you know, all of the panels all day have been so cool to listen to. There's amazing food, and then even just seeing the little under 12 girls get out there doing a tag team this morning was so fun to watch. They're absolutely frothing.
Yeah, so I got invited to come speak with Laura. We got to talk about our adventures together, our experiences. Yeah, I was really stoked to come in with Laura because she's one of the girls I looked up to when I was little. So getting to surf with her and talk with her then, it's like pretty cool. When she was saying what I did inspired her, it's pretty cool to hear since she's the one that inspires me. So it's just like pretty cool to be with your idol. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so inspiring for the next generation of female surfers. You can't be what you can't see, and it's an honour. Like, I never in my wildest dreams when I was 12 years old would have thought that Lane would be front row at one of my talks, and I kept like trying not to look at her because I was like, yeah, God, it's Lane Beachley. It's just amazing to rub shoulders with them and just catch up and hear their stories, and it's just really cool. So I'm sure these girls are going to be remembering this for a long time.
If you want to start chasing bigger waves, you don't need to go surf 20-foot waves, but just like go for it. The support in big wave surfing is so much different. You could go out there and not catch a wave and everyone be stoked for you just to be out there with the crew.
I know the older I get, the more I just realise, it's just so important to just live and breathe this culture, because we're one big family, and we're one big surf community, and it's just so important to give back to each other, support each other, women supporting women, and it just makes us all unite and sort of be powerful, and anything feels possible together.
Wow, I'm absolutely baffled at what those two are doing. These ladies are pushing the boundaries of what is possible in surfing, and what an inspiration they are for future women chargers. After the break, we check in with exercise physiologist Candice Land and breathwork coach Sally Howe to gain some insight in their journey through surfing and how they combine their craft and their careers with the love for the ocean. Welcome back to Surfing Australia TV, presented by Ghanda, on location here at Seize the Day, the world's biggest female participation festival. It's time to head to the Roughy Wellness Hub to meet exercise physiologist Candice Land to learn about her work with the female surfer and how female-specific surf training can benefit women of all ages and skill level.
We bring beauty and grace as female surfers. In addition to power, in addition to speed, in addition to agility, we bring everything. My name is Candice Land and I'm from the Female Surfer. I'm here at the Roughy Wellness Hub. I've just run a workshop here for all the rad surfing women that have come along to the festival to learn something new. The Female Surfer is an online and face-to-face training platform that's designed to help female surfers surf their best waves possible in this lifetime. So we do all sorts of gender-specific surf conditioning and training protocols just to help women have the toolkit that they need to surf their best waves. We're really trying to support women across the lifespan, so from young female athletes all the way to women who are starting out surfing at 60 years of age. We're making sure that we cover that whole spectrum and we really resource female surfers with what they need at that time in their life. I think women need to think about themselves as a whole body human being and as a whole body athlete. So the mind and the body, they work together. So you can use that to enhance your physiology and your performance in any environment. But you want to make sure you're stable in the mind, you want to make sure you're stable in the body, you want to feel strong in the mind and you want to feel strong in the body. And if you can get that coordinated and talking to each other, then you've got the best chance possible. So this morning we did a really special session for female surfers. We started with identifying what these women actually need to be doing with their surfing to surf their dream waves. And then we talk specifically about what the female body needs to protect it from injury and to help it power up for surfing. And then we designed and created a training program out of that. So these women have gone home with 8 exercises to pack into their quiver. It's a flow-based surf conditioning exercise now that they're going to have for their surfing journey for the rest of their life. So yeah, it's pretty stoked.
Candice is extraordinary. She's experienced, she's incredibly knowledgeable, and the way in which she shares her knowledge is incredibly relatable and easy to understand. I've been a huge fan and client of Candice's for many years, and we need to understand how our bodies function and what they need to do in order for us to surf better for longer. And I took a lot away from her session and can't wait to do some more.
It's so epic seeing Lane and Alicia in on the session. It's just so inspiring, and it just, we're kind of there as a team. You know that we're all there for the same reasons and the same purpose, and we're all kind of thriving off what each other are doing, and it's great to have their support. Even as a practitioner who's had a lot of experience, we're always learning. This, as a realm, the world of female surf performance is always growing and always expanding. So we have a responsibility to keep learning, and we're so lucky at this event to have so many amazing practitioners here. I'm looking forward to sitting into the other hub events. I want to learn about the nutrition side of things. I want to learn about the breathwork side of things. There's so much that I can learn from to bring into what I'm doing, and then as to get together, we can help to progress the female surf industry.
So amazing, the knowledge and the passion Candice has in her field, such an inspiration for all women surfers. Let's head straight back into the Wellness Hub and learn a little bit about the world of breathwork.
My name's Sally Howe. I'm from Flow State Mind Breath Motion, and we're here at the beautiful Kingscliff for the Easter Day event. So what I do with Flow State Mind Breath Motion, or Flow State MBM, is I work on functional breathing. So this is breathing for everyday breath. This isn't a breathing technique like for yoga or anything. This is how you're breathing when you go into the supermarket, or when you're driving the car, or when you're talking to somebody. And then also I do breathing for surfing as well. So that's more about surf apnea, how you're holding your breath, and how you're recovering as well. So yeah, it's all about CO2 tolerance training. We breathe in a percentage of oxygen and breathe out a percentage of carbon dioxide, and that gas exchange determines how much oxygen we actually absorb into our body, determines how fast we breathe, whether we're breathing from our nose, from our mouth. And really what we want to be doing is that we want to be breathing from our nose most of the time when we're on land, but in the water, it's very hard to do that. So you want to be able to breathe through your mouth in a controlled way and understand the sensations that we're having, because when we have high CO2, it brings some quite yucky sensations in the body that can sometimes feel as though that you're running out of oxygen, but actually it's quite the opposite. So when you understand what's going on, understand the psychology and the emotions that come out, and then learn the skills, then there's choices of handling the intensity of the situation and the unpredictability of the situation. And, we might not be able to avoid being held down, but what we can do is use our skills to recover from that hold down, make the right decisions to get out of the impact zone, and then, move out the way to recover the breath so you can carry on surfing. I listened to Laura's speech last week at an event, and, she talked about getting smashed a lot, and it does take lots of training. She does a lot of underwater training. You need to be able to build that CO2 set point. Everybody has that CO2 set point where we need that urge to breathe, and through repeated exposure and training, you can shift that point along so you get more comfortable with the breath hold. And yes, you're getting ripped apart and smashed around by the waves, but it's very much being able to keep you cool and understand the training and then implement it, so when you do pop up, you can make those decisions to get out of the way and into safety. So somebody who's on a 10-foot wipeout is going to have a very similar experience to someone with a 2-foot wipeout if they haven't, if they're not used to surfing big waves, because it's very subjective. The fear is still there, the panic is still there, those sensations are still there. So I like to teach everybody this, whether they're big wave surfer, whether they're small wave surfer, because we're in the ocean and Mother Nature can claim us if we panic. So it's really important to be able to know what's going on, implement the skills, and stay calm so the right decisions can be made.
I think one thing that women really love is socialisation. So these events really appeal to what helps women participate in sport and stay in sport. So the fact that Surfing Australia is able to encapsulate that and bring that into a festival, it really feeds into elements of female performance. So for everybody to come together for the same thing, the love of surfing and just the smiles on everybody's faces and the high vibes, it's such a great event to be part of.
Honestly, I reckon this is just such a beautiful experience for everybody.
This helps us thrive and I'm so stoked to be a part of it.
Don't go anywhere, guys. After the break, we see how the Celebrity Surf Challenge unfolds, and Olympic bronze medalist Owen Wright lights the spark for some potential future Olympic surfers right here on Surfing Australia TV, presented by Ghanda. Welcome back to Surfing Australia TV. This year's Seize the Day Festival, presented by Ghanda, coincided with the Australian Olympic Committee's Have a Go Olympic Challenge launch. This challenge asks everyone around the country to try 5 different sports to ignite their passion for having a go. We were lucky enough to have Olympic bronze medalist Owen Wright on hand to help some lucky Woolworths surf groms have a go.
G'day, I'm Owen Wright. I'm down here at the Seize the Day Festival and we're hanging out, getting the kids to have a go surfing today. Look, I think having a go at all different sports is really important. I personally had a go at BMX, skateboard, water polo, squad swim training, Ironman racing, and I felt like it helped me just kind of get a broad range of skills, and even now I still love swim racing and feel like I can go and do any sport. But it just kind of gave me a good upbringing, really. Like, being involved in sports is amazing, having a go, getting out there with your friends. Like, man, not everyone wants to do surfing, so if you try a different sport, like, you get to, you know, meet all the new people, and it's great to just have a go at any sport and see where you end up. Might lead to Olympic medal, who knows?
Is Tyler surfing?
Yeah, she's not here today, no, but I'm here for her.
Tyler surfing in the next Olympics.
She's in the next Olympics and she'll be here next year with a medal. A gold one, probably. Probably a gold one.
You know, when you find something you love, something you're passionate about when you're young, it's so incredible, and I think you go through so much in life. Like, growing up, being a teenager is hard, I can acknowledge that, and having something you can go and escape to, you can have friends outside school. I think that's really, really important. Sometimes it's good to have that little escape and be around different people, and especially getting in the water. Like, I know for water polo, just feeling that water on my body, and it would be the same as surfing, I can imagine. It just kind of washes all the hard things away, and it does make you feel like you're free for a little while, which when you're young and you're growing up, that can feel really important. And I think sport is so much bigger than just like competing and getting in the water, winning prize money. It is really about that teammates and making friends for life, and kind of having that support through everything you go through. So I think it's bigger than just saying, oh, I'm good at surfing, or I won this surfing event. It's so much more important to that. And to see this Seize the Day Festival, I've never seen anything like it.
I would say if you're thinking about having to go to sport, just get up, get into it, have a go. I know for me, it's like one of the best things, helped me through my teenage years, even later on in life now. Like, I find myself retired now and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to get up and have a go at this sport. I actually just signed up to a water polo team. I just signed up to some jiu-jitsu, signing up to things to have a go at them. So I really think it's really important part of life to just keep expanding, keep growing, keep trying new things.
The smiles on those kids' faces sums up what surfing is all about. Just having a go. Arguably, the crowd's favourite event at the Seize the Day Festival, presented by Ghanda, is the Celebrity Surf Challenge.
When you get wave, I want you to look into us. Okay, if we're waving our boards, it means come in. Okay.
This friendly teams competition brings together some of Australia's most iconic women surfers, TV presenters and personalities, AFLW sporting stars, and the next generation of world tour rippers. It's truly amazing to continue to see how influential surfing can be across such a diverse cross-section of the community.
How good is this? All the celebs down here ready to roll. It's going to be pretty epic to watch this little rivalry for how many years go down. It's going to be super fun. Can't wait to see them shred it up. There was no such thing as a women's surf festival when I was growing up. I mean, even the women's tour was barely recognised and supported. So To see Surfing Australia and all the sponsors get behind such an amazing movement fills me with tremendous pride and satisfaction.
4 generations of surfers and surf fans were delighted to watch this team's challenge in clean afternoon conditions here at Kingscliff. With 9 former world champions covering the shortboard, para and longboard surfing, the stoke levels were high on the beach as we celebrate the incredible journey of our female surfing community. What a weekend it's been here at the Seize the Day Festival presented by Ghanda. Honestly, we've just scratched the surface for what's on offer here at Kingscliff. It's been so cool and really inviting exploring the hubs and learning from some of surfing's greatest icons, not to mention the top tier women's professionals too. Let's not forget about the Groms though. The mini shredders have been beaming with happiness surfing with and around their heroes all event long.
I think the girls get an opportunity to get inspired. They see what they're doing now, and as well the fact that they're so engaging. Girls get to see that they have options to do that too. It's just been a great festival to see that they got really good mentors and people that can relate to what they're doing. So I think this festival has just been amazing for them.
Pretty stoked about it. Yeah, it's so fun being at this comp with all the girls. It's all about fun, and yeah, it's just good to be around this comp. It's such a good vibe, and had fun surfing with my best friends.
It's to do it with my friends. It's just really a fun festival. There's so many girls, and it's just, you get to have so much fun with your friends. So fun, I've loved it. I'm definitely going to do it every year because it's just like the highlight of my year for all the surfing competitions.
That's it for Surfing Australia TV presented by Ghanda. But before we go, the Paris 2024 Olympic Games are just around the corner, and surfing will be held on the beautiful island of Tahiti in one of the most feared waves around the world. Tune in on July 17th for a special preview of our Australian athletes and the incredible spectacle that will unfold in Tahiti later this month in the documentary Come to the Edge.